Hey guys, Anime Wish Reacts here. It's going to be a review for Trinity 7, Chapter 82, called Lucifer's Thema and Demon Sense. So we start off the chapter with the Demon King talking about how we ended off the last chapter with a pretty big reveal, and then we kind of follow it up in this chapter. So it starts off with the Demon King saying that before, when he was unjustly killed, and his body was consumed by Graphia and his magic by Farfarea. He says, and having completely died once, I dispersed with the one unnecessary part of my thema, the lingering scent, the magic dregs of the thema I abandoned, took up residence in a human soul. So a part of what was once me became a person. That is you, Astral Trinity. So that is how Arta is connected to him, like his other half, as he's been calling him. So yeah, technically Arta is a fragment of the Demon King here. So here's this, and then he starts trembling, and he's like, "Why can't I stop shaking?" And then he like sways, and it's like about to fall over, but Lilith and Lilum are there to catch him, and he says that it's like, "I'm sorry," and Lilith says, "I don't blame you to be part of such a powerful magic being. I'd find it odd if you weren't afraid." And then he says, I recognize that aura. You're the daughter of a demon lord from another dimension. And Lilith says, Mama Sama, and then puts up a barrier to protect them. And it starts cracking, and she's like, his magic so powerful. And Lilith says, is this his field of vision? And then he says, well, and then Arta yells, Lilith. And then just immediately goes to like grab them and gets like flung out of the way. Like hits his back, and you see like the ground is all ground or a wall, because they like got knocked into a wall, is shattered pretty much. So Arta like goes like wah, and so have Lilith saying, Arta, no, why did you shield us? And then Lilith like going to heal him, says, I'll restore you. And then forgot the demon's name, but yeah, she's like, thinking the eyes of the true demon Lord Lucifer's gaze are considered the highest form of evil eye there is. With just a look, he can unleash several spells even faster than the fastest chant. It's one of the ultimate forms of magic, so that's how he was able to do that. And then he says, my eyes exist to love all things. He says, consider it an honor for me to look upon you. And then, like, someone attacks him from behind, and we see that it's Lug coming down from, like, the ceiling or wherever she was up in the rafters. So yeah, she drops down and tries to stab him, and not Mirror, but Lilith, yeah, says, Luke's on. And Luke says, I sallied forth when I heard there'd be a great treasure. But then Demon King says, or Demon Lord, I forget which one they called him, says, I see, so you're a thief, then are you ready to lose one of your treasures? And then one of her treasures just immediately shatters after he says that. And so yeah, Luke is shocked, like, what? Weapon break my treasure? And then he proceeds to, I guess, attack her from behind again. Or he tries to attack her from behind, but Levi shows up, pulls her out of the way, says, carelessness is one's greatest enemy. So yeah, pulls him out of the way. And then, yeah, he says, Luke says, ooh, one look from him has all the force needed to destroy the world. And Levi says, good work, Luke's on. And then Aaron comes in and says, honey, and Arta's like, Aaron and Yui, and the ninja too. And then Sora's mom runs over to the demon lord saying, Master, and he says, Radix Astal, good to see you're looking well. And then she's like crying tears of happiness, saying, Master, you're alive again. When I found out you'd been destroyed, and so yeah, then you have Sora saying mother, and Ilya being like, both of them don't look really happy that she's doing this. They're more concerned. And so yeah, Sora says mother, Ilya says Radix-san, and then you see like a kind of flashback of the two of them, or Radix and the Demon King, Demon Lord. And then she says, Master, I'm overjoyed to be able to see you again like this. And he says, so you'd been hoping for a union with me, Radix. And she says, yes. And he says, well, then you can throw those feelings out. And she's like, come again? And so he's just like, appears I botched my compiling of you. And she's like, botched? And he says, though you are only a grimoire, I made you acquire Criteria's love and worked with you in my research. However, seems you have too much senses in you. Too much senses, emotions in you. Love is prioritized by all things. And he's like, if you cannot fully banish senses, then you are not fit to be my grimoire. She's like, what but master, I. And then he says, silence, I have no further use for you. And then yeah, he attacks her, and then everyone like goes eek pretty much because like the pressure. And then you have Sora telling Arta not to move or don't leave the force field, and he yells, Arta's worried about everyone, and it says, yeah, Ilya says the whirlpool of magic is still disturbed. Then yeah, or Demon Lord, I forgot his name. Trinity, that's his name. Says he's like, what is this? And he's like, Sora saying, what's up, great Demon Lord Sama? And Dis says, for only being a manuscript, you possess quite the emotions, don't you? I even sense emotions that are rather human-like. That's some impressive growth. You're far better suited for my love. And then he's like, how about it, manuscript? You want to take in the original work and become my grimoire? Her mom's like, master. And then Sora just replies with, sorry, great demon lord Sama, my master is this guy here. See, I'm sticking with him. And then Dis is like, well, so you rather grow under my sun than record everything by my side and gain the knowledge of the original text. Although you're a grimoire that only records knowledge, you prioritize relations over better condition and efficiency. And he's like, how amusing, then go ahead and be destroyed along with your precious master and friends. And then, yeah, I think Sora yells, great demon lord San, your grimoire is my mother, remember? And then he's like, a grimoire that's lost my interest is even more worthless than a scrap of paper. And then she yells, no, Dis-sama. And then, yeah, he proceeds to, like, puts his hand at her and then says, at the very least, you can serve as fodder, and proceeds to, like, pretty much try to kill her. And she screams, but Arta stands in the way. And so she's like, why? And it's like, it can't be he's. So Arta said that I get that you're the great demon lord, the true demon lord, and something like my dad. But I never want to forgive anyone who brings a woman who loves them. Or, I never want to forgive anyone who brings a woman who loves them to tears while smirking. And so then Dis says, is that so? You say the funniest things, son. If you don't want to forgive me, then what will you do? You're going to battle me? Since I'm only in my magic form right now, there's a chance you could destroy me, you see. And then think Sora yells, brother, forget it. You can't use Judecca now, so there's no way. And then Ilya yells, she's right, Artisan, please back down. And then Lilith just says Arta, and then he's like, very determined kind of face. And then Radix is there, like, not really saying anything, and then she says, there's no need to fight on my behalf. He sees her face, remembers Hidri, and then he obviously says, don't force her to make a face like that, Dad. Or make that face, Dad. And then this is like, then what are you going to do about it, son? And yeah, proceeds to overpower his magic again. And then Lilim comes over and says, my Papa Sama won't lose. And this is like, oh. And Arta is like shocked, says Lilim. And then she says, Papa Sama will never lose to the likes of you. Listen up, you great demon lord Sama. Sure, Papa Sama was made from the part of you that you've thrown out, but it's the senses that you cast aside, great demon lord Sama, that's what really matters, and you're going to learn that the hard way. So yeah, everyone's shocked that she can say this to someone so clearly powerful, and then he just starts laughing and says, I can't believe that of everyone here, it's some grimoire who's only recently become sentient who is showing the most strength of will. It must be Libic's research that made it possible, or no, perhaps it's my son's magic. And then he does something, and like Arta is like stunned for a second. Then he's like got his hand on his shoulder and says, this is present from me, your father, son. And then he proceeds to like put something in Arta. You see like his hand light up, and then like this crest appears, and it's like all veiny kind of looking, like runs up his neck. And Arta clearly is in pain. He says, so Lilim and Lilith run over to him, saying, Arta and Papa Sama, this is very well 3 days. I'll wait for only 3 days. And yeah, he says, I put a curse on my son using a spell. In 3 days, the curse will go into effect, and you will lose your soul and become a puppet. Then I'll love you to my heart's content, my son. If you don't like that, then come to the Demon Lord Castle within the next 3 days. Show me how strong you really are. And so yeah, they have a 3-day time limit to get to the castle now. So yeah, then he calls Libic and says, I'll suspend your sentence out of consideration of the grimoire you created. Thank you very much, Demon Lord Sama, she says. And then he says, and now time to say hello to Operatia. Opens a huge like portal in the dimensions and proceeds to go to where she is. He says, my return is at hand. And then, yeah, Libic praises Hermes Apocrypha for being able to, I guess, stand up to him. And then we got kind of the aftermath with Arda and everyone. So Lilith saying, are you alright? And he's like, I'm not, but at least I managed to survive that. And he thanks Lilim. She says, don't even mention it, Papa Sama, I'm sorry for sticking my neck out like that. And yeah, he's like, it's fine. It's thanks to you that everyone's alive and well now. And Luke says, but we're going to need some kind of super power-up item in the next 3 days, assuming it even exists. And someone says it does. We got Levi saying, oh, it's you. And then she says, this other person who's talking says, if you want to defeat the Demon Lord, you're going to need the Demon Lord Core. And this new character, I guess, from heard she is from Levy's like side story thing that I have yet to read. Says, and I know where to find it. I, the perfect ninja, will take you there. So yeah, that was chapter 82. So hope you all enjoyed this video. If you do, then make sure to like it, comment down below, subscribe, share. There are links down below to stuff like my Twitter, Twitch, Discord, all that down below in the description and the comment section. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. So yeah, later.